an attack. Attack of the spotlight. Watching movies every night. Attack of the spotlight. Yeah. Attack of the spotlight. Attack of the spotlight. Stop the bad guys and get the girl. Rad superhero saving the world. Get scared, get scared. Fight for your life. Stay away from the psycho dude with the knife. Everything go wrong that can go wrong, and it's funny as hell, make us laugh so long. Fall in love and start a romance. Grab your partner for this heartfelt dance. Underdogs coming for the win. Exorcists make your head spin. There's wise Jedis and dirty Klingons racing so fast, boy, you better hang on. Head back to the future, back to the past. Don't let them rowdy punks karate your ass. Gang of thieves with heights of the century. Mother Nature's the star in a documentary. Sharks and more sharks, snakes and critters. Got bedroom eyes, baby, come hit her. Ride the planes, the trains, and the automobiles. Here comes Khan, man with a hell of a deal. Princesses and robots and toys come alive. Dinosaurs and zombies and top secret spies. Watching movies every night. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Spotlight, boys and girls. We have a very exciting episode for you tonight. My name is John Horton.
And I am Kyle Pierson. And tonight we are going to talk about films that don't have sequels, but we think should. Usually, a lot of movies have sequels that they shouldn't have.
Exactly.
This time, we think that these particular films deserve sequels for one way or the other, and we'll explain why that is. John, what's your first one?
My first one is Balloon Shark. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Those poor people. You know, I think that movie was made for kids. Or it was even a kid's idea, because they had, at the end of the movie, they have the kids and they're playing this game. So I think we keep making fun of a movie that was made or came up with by kids, and we keep making fun of it. It's a good it's a good first horror movie for children. So if you want to introduce them to a movie and you don't want to show them someone's eyes getting burned out of their head, Balloon Shark. Or Shark Balloon. I think it's actually called Shark Balloon. I don't even think we're calling it by the right name.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably actually better to call it the other way. So
Well, this way they don't think that we're talking about them, though. If we give it the wrong title, we know.
All right.
They may
free
not.
Publicity one way or the other. We've talked more about.
And
we have a fondness in our heart for it.
Just out of curiosity, have we ever posted a link to the movie? Is that movie on our free movies list?
We must have. No, is it on YouTube? Is that where we got it?
I'm pretty sure.
I will add it. For those of you who don't know, on our YouTube channel at Attack of the Spotlight, we now have the movies that we've discussed. Right there, there's a free movie section. You can see if they're for free on YouTube. We have links to them right there. We have some scenes from movies. I was actually going to do a themed one that I didn't end up doing, but the scenes are still up there, so I'll talk about them maybe next year. We've got various different elements on our YouTube channel, so instead of just seeing us, you can also watch some other things as well. So if it is on YouTube, I will have that rectified and on here by the time this thing airs.
And if you watch it on YouTube, especially this particular episode, you can count how many times Kyle's shirt changes color.
Not changing color.
Oh, now it's not doing it. It was going between like a green and a blue.
Oh, I think, yeah, I've this.
See, there it did it again. See?
Oh, that is weird. Maybe I just got to hold my.
These are the things that you miss out on if you're only listening to us on our podcast. If you're only listening to the audio version alone, you're missing out on some.
You're missing a lot of stuff. John puts up factoids, more often corrections, that you can only see on our YouTube and Facebook channels. So if you're just hearing us, you're missing 60% of the show.
Exactly. So what I recommend is watch us and then listen to us.
There you go.
That way, when
Watch
you're
it.
listening, you know we corrected ourselves or provided interesting facts. You can go, oh, hey, this is the part where they said this in text. Yeah,
Yeah. So if you think that we're wrong about everything, you're probably just listening to us because we've already corrected ourselves on the video version. So
that's
there
right.
you go. We do want to thank the 100 plus followers we have on
104 when
Facebook.
I last looked.
104, and we have 100 people have found us through Linktree.
Ooh,
So we're building up the base again. We had a base built, and then we chopped it down when we switched names. So we're building our way back up again.
that's right.
We'll be back up into the millions soon.
Yeah, fairly
Where-
soon. I would think
Where we
within the next
were, we had built that up before, so we'll be there again very
I think
shortly.
maybe another week. You think?
Another 2 weeks. I don't like to be overly optimistic.
Well, you got to overpromise and underdeliver,
Oh, that's true. That's true.
or is it the other way around? Underpromise and overdeliver?
Yeah, sexually, always. You got to get them thinking that they're only going to get 2 inches, and then when they get 3, they're like hot dog. That's 50%
The size of
more.
a hot dog too.
That is 50% more.
50%.
And they really like it when you shout those facts to them during the actual activity. You like that 50% more? Do you like it?
Bet you can't take that extra inch, huh?
You wondered where it was this whole time? Now
Had
it's
that
spitting
some
on
bitch
everything.
strapped down to my belly. Helps you get it up.
Mine coils around my leg.
Yeah, well, if it's already pointing up, it's less effort to get it up.
That's right.
You know,
But when it's coiled around my leg and it goes up, I fall sometimes. I'll be at the stoplight and I'm like, oh, shit.
yeah. Well, but when you have it coiled up, then you got to turn her like a corkscrew.
Come on. It's like starting an old car.
We'll get it in there sometime.
Our first film that deserves the sequel is...
I'm actually going to throw 2 into one slot because I'm not going to make this an entire John Carpenter selection.
So sometimes getting 2 in one slot is the only way
Exactly.
to actually feel anything.
Boy, the innuendos are flying free and coming fast. Something you're used to.
Or sometimes not at all.
You're old.
Yeah.
We talked about this in our last episode where Kyle has all these ailments. He also has a problem with ejaculation.
Oh, it's hot in here today.
Didn't you miss that?
I don't have the problem. It's the aim that I have the problem.
What? Aim. What, you hit yourself?
I
in
didn't mean to
face
hit the
instead of
records. Oh, and then my new vinyl.
all over my leg. Supposed to go that way, not down.
That's never going to come clean. John Carpenter, what were you saying?
John Carpenter. I'm not going to make this my choice is all John Carpenter films, so I'm going to cram 2 of his into my first selection. They Live. They Lived needed a sequel, especially with the way that ended. Aliens infiltrating the human race and subliminally getting us to do things with subliminal messages. And the only way that you can see what is going on is with special sunglasses. The end of the movie, they're revealed. They're revealed, they're exposed. They blew up the satellite that is transmitting this mind-altering radio wave to us, and they're exposed. Now we need a sequel to find out what the human population does with this knowledge. How do they deal with these purple and blue skinned aliens?
I already know the tagline. We're
What?
still all out of bubble gum.
There you go. There you go.
I think that would be big.
They're still alive.
I think that would be a
still-
a big hit.
Yeah, it would be. Too bad you can't
I
get
think that's
Piper.
one that even if you didn't know what it was, people would talk about it and people would be interested to go back and watch the first one if they hadn't in order to see the second one. So I think that's one that actually could
Right.
regenerate a whole new audience of fans.
Now, here's the question, though. We had Rowdy Roddy Piper, the wrestler, starring in the first one.
Mhm.
If we got another wrestler to star in this one, because Piper has passed away, who would we go with? Batista?
Yeah.
Rock? Cena?
I think in this particular one, it would be Bautista. I think he
Yeah.
would fit this mold better than the other two.
I think you're right, because he's more. I could see him more as a homeless person.
He doesn't have to be homeless. He doesn't have to play the same role.
Exactly.
But I think if you're going to have a wrestler in it,
He should be homeless.
he should be Bautista.
The other John Carpenter movie that I think definitely needs a sequel, Big Trouble in Little China. Although they couldn't call it Big Trouble in Little China because that would just be weird if they had more trouble in Little China. They'd have to go someplace else. The Further Adventures of Jack Burton. Because
So
Kurt
it would
Russell.
be like the whole New York, LA thing. You just switch China to Japan.
No, maybe like Little Tokyo. You could team him up with Dolph Lundgren.
This one I might not be as behind, but okay. I hear the first one.
Oh, come on. The Further Adventures of Jack Burton, just put him in some other trouble. Doesn't have to be in Little China or in anything Oriental or whatever. Just he goes to Maine and runs into Stephen King characters. I don't know. Jack Burton in another movie would be beautiful. Even at Kurt Russell's age. Anything with Kurt Russell and John Carpenter is going to be gold.
Well, his age means nothing. He's still kicking ass, so no problem.
Hell yeah. Did you know, speaking of age, did you know that Danny Trejo is 80 years old? 80 old.
There's been a few that have popped up recently where I'm looking at their age and I'm like, are you shitting me? There's no freaking way.
No.
Well,
It's
William
crazy.
Shatner is
He's almost 100.
Yeah. Mel Brooks is 100 or something, or is turning 100. I think he's 99, turning 100.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
How
I
are
hope
these
he
guys still-
survives to
Jesus.
Spaceballs 2. I'm going to be really upset if Mel Brooks dies before Spaceballs 2 is released.
Yeah, no shit.
But
Oh, so those are my first picks. What you got, Kyle?
I've got one that needs to have a sequel just because right now there's no damn ending. Lost in Space. The original TV series, and we might actually explore this more in an episode all by itself. But the original television series famously did not have an ending. So then they made a movie, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's do that. Now, the movie is flawed. Some of the graphics weren't rendered as well. I was not at all intrigued with the whole Spider-Smith ending in the first one. When I also heard that at one point, Darth Maul had spider legs, and they're like, "Oh, you got to see Clone Wars," because no, no. And maybe because of this, because I thought this was ridiculous. I did not like that ending. However, there is no official ending to this movie either. There was going to be 3 films, but this one didn't make as much as they had hoped. There was a couple actually marketing problems too. I think they were supposed to be doing something with Little Caesars, maybe, and then something fell through, and the marketing didn't happen the way it was supposed to. Also, with the effects, they didn't get them rendered the way that they had hoped. But there's a lot of incredibly good ideas in this movie, and a lot of there's no surprise why they couldn't get everything completed because there's a lot of graphics in this thing. You've got the CGI Blarp character, you've got the 360 before the Matrix. When they go into hyperspace, when they go through the gate, there's the nanotechnology where the helmet shows up out of nowhere. That's pre Iron Man. There's a lot of stuff that they experimented with in this movie that other films perfected, but they really helped either launch the idea or get them one step closer. So I give them a lot of credit. The casting was really good. I enjoyed the casting. And I thought the time travel aspect that was in the film, which was originally going to be a lot larger. Instead of one time bubble, there was going to be multiple time bubbles, and they went different places. They did simplify that. I would be very interested to see what it would have been like the whole time. And there's some special features on the disc that show you parts of that. But we get to an end, and there's no end. We don't get to see them get to Alpha Centauri. And I think had they been able to make the sequels and had given more time, the sequels would have been better.
Right.
And would have justified it. Also, it did very well on DVD. In fact, I think my Blu-ray player came with Lost in Space. So a lot of people who didn't see Lost in Space in the theaters got it for free when Blu-ray players, or not Blu-ray players, DVD players were coming out. So a lot of people got to see it that didn't see it originally. So I think there was enough maybe momentum at that point to make a sequel, and they didn't. The only time you actually get to see whatever happens to the Robinson family is in the Netflix series. And that one was all right. It moved around a lot. They always make a comment about how the fact that they never stop. And you like a little brevity here and there, and there's none in that series. So I would have liked to have seen a sequel to this. And, well, I don't think the whole cast is with us still, but it's never going to happen. So never mind. But that is a film that needed a sequel, possibly could still have a sequel, but it's never going to have a sequel.
Yeah.
John, back to you.
My next choice is The Last Starfighter. Yes, says it's the last Starfighter, but the last Starfighter lived and he could fight another day. The original one has Lance Guest and God, I'm trying to remember who played the alien. Classic actor.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll look it up while you're talking.
All right. But it takes place in a trailer park to begin with, where a young man, Lance Guest, plays a video game that's on the property, and he's pretty good at it. Well, it turns out this video game isn't really a video game. It's a test for training outer space pilots. Aliens put this down on Earth so that they could find someone that they could recruit to help them fight their war, because they're down apparently on starfighters. Lance Guest gets the high score. Gets taken into space to help fight a space battle. Great fucking movie. Great summertime, feel-good, fun movie. Loved it. Loved it. Who is the actor and who's the actress?
Robert Preston was
the
actor, and the actress was...
Total sweetheart.
Catherine Mary Stewart? That's not right. Was that her?
I think it is.
Must be.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, Lance Guest was the star. You've been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
There you go. In a
Love that movie.
nutshell, this is a great movie. They could have gone. They could have done more stuff with it. They could have had him go and fight some other fucking aliens or some shit, or his
Yeah,
son gets taken away or whatever. I don't know. I couldn't.
yeah, no, I agree with you completely. I love that movie.
Mhm.
I had some cool different elements to it. Um, yeah, the game was cool. How they had that whole thing set up. The characters were fun. The battle was very clever, computer oriented. I think that was one of the first CGI battles. I
Yeah.
think. Um, yeah, that was really good. When Ready Player One came out, I was kind of hoping it'd be more like that.
Right.
And I did like the nostalgia of Ready Player One, but then I wish there was more nostalgia in it. It was, it was like, it was this weird in between of what I wanted. I want either this or that, and it's a little bit of both, and not enough of either, I think.
Right.
But yeah, Last Starfighter was one that I always thought at some point, he's going to get recruited again. Something else is going to happen. I guess you shouldn't put the word last in a title, but it's never stopped a lot of other movies.
Yeah. Well,
So
but look at Neverending Story.
exactly. There was
that
three of
followed its,
those.
that followed along perfectly.
Exactly. So no, I agree. That would be a really good one to come back. That's one I got actually digitally not too long ago, and I
Oh,
wanted to go
really?
back and see it, and I haven't rewatched it, so I wanted to check it
Yeah, it's
out
been a
now.
long time.
So
I have fond memories of it.
I'm getting concerned because I keep reading how a lot of these older movies are coming back, but their music's changed, and it really impacts the movie. I didn't realize it, but Return of the Living Dead 2, I guess, changed a bunch of music because of rights. And yeah, so when it was initially released on video, everything's fine. Now that it's being re-released, things are being altered.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be,
I mean,
but
why would you?
this for they didn't make the rights available then, so now the rights are, and they can't get them back.
That's
WKRP, that was one of the big holdups of the series being released, is because they had to change a lot of the songs, and still some of the songs are not the right songs.
wow. I didn't know
And
that.
yeah, so it's and they referred to the songs sometimes in the show. So there was some that they had to get right. Even Carson, they've re-released Carson episodes, but there's some of the songs they cannot put in, so they can't put the performances on. And I'm like,
Wow.
now when they're on the shows, they get the rights to everything and say, okay, this movie's going to be exactly the same. There's it was Vacation. There's the song that played every time Chrissy Brinkley came up, but in the I was used to the video version. Then they got the rights to the original music back. And when
Mhm.
I saw the original theatrical version released, it seemed weird because the music wasn't how I was familiar with it being on the
Right.
video. I'm like, what the?
That is
So,
so bizarre.
yeah, you shouldn't be able to change that stuff. It
Yeah.
changes the tone of a movie.
Right. And
Even,
I mean, if you got the rights for the movie, it would, to me, it would make sense that it's there for good.
yeah,
We purchased it for our movie. We get to use it whenever, regardless of if it's a
yeah.
re-release or what the fuck ever.
And if I own the rights to the song, if they took a song that I wrote and 40 years later want to re-release it again in the movie, and now I'm like, oh, I can make more money because I can charge them more, or they're not going to release it like that. I would say, screw it. I want my damn song in the movie. That's why I gave you the
Exactly.
rights in the first place. How dare you even consider replacing my song? And if they like the song in the movie, they're probably going to buy And streaming anyway. I can't tell you how many songs I've gotten because it was in a freaking movie.
Oh
So I
God,
was
yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, I like the
You-
Redbone song, but it wasn't until I heard it in damn Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, I have to have that song now. I have to own it.
That's
So,
going to be another episode. What is your Amazon movie playlist or
oh, there you
Amazon
go.
Music playlist look like?
Oh my
Because
God.
I've got a whole bunch of songs just straight from movies. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, look at like Stranger Things, how Metallica's Master of Puppets went through the
hmm
fucking roof after that show. That one God song, I don't even remember what the hell's it called
The
from
the
that movie.
Bush. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember it, but
God, I
I
can't
know what you're
remember that
saying.
fucking song.
Well, shit, look at Bohemian Rhapsody when Wayne's World came out.
Yeah,
It was bad. It was like at number 8 on the charts or something when it was
all
re-released for
over
that.
again.
And the studio didn't want him to use it. And he's like, he had to fight for it. He's like, this is the song that we actually did this to, so we wanted it in the movie. And
Yeah,
they fought him, and he said no, and he won, fortunately, because it made a difference.
thank God. Do you think that Bohemian Rhapsody, if it hadn't been in Wayne's World, would I ever be back on the charts if it wasn't in a
No,
movie?
no,
No.
no. I was a DJ at the time, and I remember a little girl calling me, and she said, "Can you play that new Bohemian rap song?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not a rap song, and it's not new, but I know what you're talking about. So here's Queen." So, but it was really cute. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there
So
you
yeah,
go.
it never would have came back without Wayne's World. The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, rock and roll detective. He's got the power to get into the hottest clubs, the hottest dressing rooms, and the hottest chicks.
Oh,
Um, oh, this film at the theater I worked at was still selling out when they yanked this. There was a lot of controversy around Andrew Dice Clay at the time,
hmm.
um,
I
which
wonder
is
why.
well, the thing is like one thing I've always had an issue with, and particularly this film and some of his stand up, and maybe people don't, is that he I never got the impression that he was making fun of women. I
No.
got the impression that he was making fun of the women that women make fun of.
Yeah.
So he was describing them, with with all the makeup, the dresses, the hair, the ones that the women that I would talk to would say, "Look at that whore." That would be coming from a woman, not me. But that's what, by the way, that's what you say, women. Um, those are the women he's making fun of, not women in general. At least that's how I always took it. He also had I think it was on CBS. He had a sitcom on CBS for a very short while that was funny as hell. It was clean, but he had, his somewhat of the same demeanor. But again,
Right.
it was Andrew Dice Clay. We can't watch Andrew Dice Clay. We're upstanding individuals. So it didn't do well, but it was funny. My mom even watched frickin' that
Wow.
show. So anyway, this show didn't do well. I remember Dice was on Arsenio Hall talking about it, and he got choked up about it. Then Sam Kinison came on like a week or two later, making fun of the fact that he got choked up about it. So he was getting it from all angles. I guess maybe he stole somebody's jokes at one time. I don't know. I know him and Sam both had a joke about hairy asses. That's the only similarity I can find. But regardless, there are comedians before him, during him, and after him that were far worse about the material that they made. One of the people that was giving him shit was Gilbert Gottfried. Uh, Andrew Dice Clay was on an interview, and he was mentioning some of the people that were in the movie: Priscilla Presley, Wayne Newton. He didn't mention Gilbert Gottfried, and Gilbert Gottfried got very pissed off about it. I remember him, and I can't remember what the show was, but I remember him getting pissed. And I remember thinking, you were only in one scene.
Right.
So he probably, if he had more time to go through the list, probably would have gotten down to him, but he didn't. It's also funny that Gilbert Gottfried has one of the dirtiest comedy bits I have ever heard in my life.
Talking about the dirtiest joke ever told.
Is it the one that goes on and on
And
and
on and
on and
on about
on and on?
the audition
Maybe not.
where the
The one
family goes into audition.
okay, and they're fucking each other.
Yeah.
And the dog. Yes. Yeah.
I was trying to avoid saying a family fucks each other.
Well, they did. I want people to understand why it's worse. Because, like the other day, it was on Sirius XM. And it's going, and it's going. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
And I pulled in to a parking space. I went in because I had to talk to, I was working. I had to talk to one of our vendors. I talked to them. Get back in my car, turn on the radio, and it's still going. Because everybody is fucking everybody else.
And
that's what he's saying.
And doing that.
Yeah, the sun's fucking, and I could clean it up, but I want you to understand how bad this material was. And the only time I think Gilbert Gottfried ever was pinged was he made, was it a joke about a Japanese or something? What was it? Why did he lose Affleck? He lost Affleck for something minimal.
I don't even remember.
Compared to this thing. And I'm like, why are you giving this man so much hate when there's other people out there? And I have no problem with Gilbert Gottfried. I don't.
No, not at all.
No, I don't.
People that are worse.
I'm just trying to compare that there is worse material out there. But this movie is about a rock and roll detective. He only takes cases that are based in the rock and roll industry. And most of the time, he's not getting paid. They're trading stuff. They're giving him this. They're giving him that. He gets a koala.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So his good friend, played by Gilbert Gottfried, is killed, and he's trying to investigate what the hell is going on. And there's some weird shit in it, like they're trying to find, I don't want to give away how they find the last one, but he's trying to find CDs, and one of them is in a place that you're like, really?
Yeah.
This is where it's at. But it's a comedy. It's funny. It's got great quotability. There's great quotes on the soundtrack in one of the songs, which, by the way, they changed the movie because there's a phone number that they used in the movie and they used in the song. It had perfect 7 digits, but they had to take the word out and they replaced it with unbelievable. And in order to fit it in the same amount of time, he goes, I'm so terrifical, I even had my own toll-free number, 1-800-UNBELIEVABLE. And it sounds so stupid now. But that's why. It originally said something else. I won't say what that perfect word was because that is what people called, and that company, I guess, bitched, so they had to change the phone number. But the film is very, very funny. Had a kick-ass soundtrack. He even sings on it, and he sings pretty well.
Yeah.
Honestly. And it's just a fun, it's one of those, you throw your brain in the back, you don't need your brain, just have fun. Enjoy it. Has one of the best kisses scenes ever. It's got
Robert Englund in it.
Robert Englund's in it. And there's kind of a Freddy feel to his character as well. Yeah. There's a lot of different cameos that appear in this movie. It's funny. Everybody on the cast had a great time, except for maybe Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know. But it should have made a sequel. And now, well, it seems less likely now that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, but now that a different company owns 20th Century Fox, and you have Disney Plus and Hulu's just sitting there, let's make a sequel. Let's do it.
Exactly.
So I would absolutely love to see a sequel to Forge Fairlight. Not that it didn't have an ending, it's just that was one case. I want to see more cases. And I don't
It's
want to see
called
a prequel with somebody else. I want
no.
Andrew Dice Clay playing the character.
It's called The Adventures, plural. That means more than one.
Exactly. This is an adventure. It says the adventures of. You're exactly right. So we need more rock and roll detective. And there was some comic books that they released at the same time. Those were pretty funny too.
I didn't see that. Maybe I did and just forgot about them. That seems
I
familiar
think
now.
I got them. They were promotional, so I don't know if I got them at the theater. Oh, they gave them to me to give out. That's how 20th Century Fox gave them to me to give out to people.
And you just kept one or two in your car.
I kept one copy of each of. I
Yeah.
think there was, yeah. I kept one of everything. I used to have more T-shirts and hats then than I have now.
Good God.
I have a Baby's Day Out beach towel.
Oh, my Lord.
Remember Baby's Day Out?
Yes. Vaguely. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I had a lot of marketing.
that needed to have a sequel.
No, actually,
Baby's Day In.
Man versus Baby with Rowan Atkinson. It was a series that was on at Christmas on Netflix. That's basically Baby's Day Out. There was Man versus Bee, and then there was Man versus Baby. And Man versus Baby is him just trying to care for a baby, and in regular Rowan Atkinson style. Have you
Was
seen
it any good?
Yeah. Oh, the bee one was funnier because he's doing everything he can to kill this bee. He's left at this house. He house sits, and this bee is driving him crazy. And I think he's got a flamethrower. So yeah, it's funny. The baby one isn't as funny, although the ending is pretty nice. So that is my next movie. What is yours?
Huh. I had something caught in my throat. Got a tickle.
What was his name?
Pickle. My final choice is going to be kind of surprising to you because we talked about this movie 36 years ago.
Oh,
36 years ago, I bashed the shit out of this movie as much as I could on our
really?
public access show.
Really?
Yeah. Nightbreed. Remember Nightbreed?
I remember the title. I don't remember anything about the movie.
That one, if I'm remembering right, when we reviewed it on the show, I actually read out this long ass promotional thing, and then I threw the pad of paper over my shoulder and said, "Who cares?" And then I proceeded to insult and berate and destroy the movie. Now looking back at it all these years later, I really think that could have used some sequels. I think they could have made a little trilogy or even a franchise out of that. Nightbreed is a Clive Barker short story, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was, in any case, it was written by Clive Barker from Hellraiser fame. And it's about an underground society of monsters. They lived underneath a cemetery in a realm they called Midian. That's about all I'm going to really go into as far as the original one was. You had this guy on the surface that was becoming a monster, or he was a monster, and it's all goofy. But if they followed up on this group of monsters into further sequels, because they left it open, they were going to do traveling. Their town got destroyed by the local police force, and they had to flee their home. Now, they could have followed this up with some sequels following these creatures of the night. You had like a porcupine women, and you had actually finger over here. This guy right here was one of them. His head is kind of shaped like Jay Leno, like a half moon.
Mm.
You had, it was just it had a lot of potential for follow-ups. I think they could have explored the lore of some of the creatures. I think they could have followed up on where they went and how they got to where they're going. I think it had a lot of room to grow.
So not only do you watch a lot of shitty movies, you go back and rewatch the ones that you hated the most
I do.
again.
I do.
Want more of it.
Well, in this scenario here, okay, first off, I've gotten an appreciation after viewing the movie, the original one with my wife. I got it for her because they re-released this extra long version. Anchor Bay did, maybe, I think. I don't remember who released it, but who did release that? That wasn't Anchor Bay. I don't remember who released it, but they released a director's cut, which was longer. And I sat down and watched it with my wife, and I enjoyed it. I appreciated it a little bit more. I didn't love, but I appreciated more, and I could see potential. If it was in the proper hands for a director, it could have been a lot better movie.
Had she seen it
Oh, she loves it.
prior? Okay, so she told you I really like Night Breed. So when the
Yeah, and I
extended
bought
cut
it.
you came out, and you're like, okay, I'll get her the one, and then you okay, that makes
Yeah.
more sense. Because I was going to say, please don't tell me that you bought her in a longer version of a movie you thought sucked as a gift. And say, see how bad this is.
Where do you see the one that's got 2 hours extra?
Oh my god! Well, please don't tell me it was that much longer.
No, I don't think it was. I don't remember how much longer it was, but it was substantial. It wasn't like 5 minutes more. It was a good chunk.
There's supposed to be a extra long version of Gremlins that was screened
Great.
recently that I hope that they release.
That'd be cool.
Because I really like Gremlins,
Yeah.
and the third one's still coming out this year. So
Is it?
yeah, same cast.
All right, good.
So
Good.
hopefully it'll be good. I think it's the same everybody. I think it's the same writer. I think it's the same director. I think it's the same almost everybody.
Well, they don't have Futter. What's God?
Oh yeah.
What the hell is it?
Mr.
Was it Futterman?
Yeah, Mr. Futterman.
Okay, he's gone, isn't he?
I think so.
Pretty
He was
sure.
in all
He's
the
ancient.
yeah, he was in all of that guy's movies. We popped up and here, there, everywhere. All right, we got one more.
His character name actually is. He plays the same character name in other movies too. That they do
Oh,
like.
does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool.
There's a couple of them where he plays the same character, at least named the same.
Oh, that's funny.
Look it up.
Kind of
I can't remember it.
a universe in himself.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. If we
It's-
did more of the podcast in a movie thing, and we keep playing it ourselves in the podcast in those movies, technically we're making those universes collide.
Yes.
So we could be, we could start universes just you and me.
Like that.
Yeah. I don't know how the filmmakers would feel about that, but they don't want us to do it. They gotta let us know ahead of time.
They got one that if they offer a podcast, I really want to do it. It's Wizard of Oz in Amityville.
Oh yeah, I saw that with Mel Heflin. All right, I got one more.
Go for it.
Okay. This is another movie that has flaws in it. But I really enjoyed the premise. I thought it was a fun film, and I wanted to see where it could go and hopefully improve as it went. And
Just like Nightbreed.
Yeah. This is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with Sean Connery. This, if you're not familiar with the idea, they take different elements from different areas. There's like the Invisible Man's in it. I think Billy the Kid's in it. Um, Jekyll and Hyde is in it. It's got Captain Nemo. It's got
Dorian
different
Gray's in it, isn't she?
Dorian Gray. Yes, Dorian
Yeah.
Gray. There's a variety of. I may have lied about Billy. No, yeah, Billy the Kid's in there.
They're
Um,
literary characters, I think, is the big thing.
yeah, and they're brought together, and he's Sean Connery plays Alan Quartermain, and they're just it's all these different characters brought together in a quest. And I think that was early CGI days too, where like
Yeah.
a car would be moving around, and you're like, yeah, that could be better. Um, and there's some stuff with the submarine. I think the Nautilus. I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
Um, things that could have been improved upon, but I thought that the characters really played well off of each other, and it was a fun way to see a mix of characters that do not belong together in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Actually, putting on, it's like the Avengers situation, because I remember thinking the same thing with the Avengers. I'm like, what I really like about Iron Man is the fact that it is believable to a point. I mean, it's a suit. He's not a demigod. He doesn't have superpowers. And throwing Thor and Hulk in there, like this is just not going to work. And then I absolutely loved it. I'm like, okay, you sold me. Same thing with this. Um, what was weird, and it's still kind of the same on the poster. This one, you can tell that Sean Connery, and it says Sean Connery, but in the original one, they have his hat down like it's very mysterious who it is. Like it's going to be a surprise when I go to the movie. He's what gets people into the theater. You don't
Yeah.
have his hat down, you have it up. Sean Connery. They got smarter when they made this one. And I think in other versions, his either hat is up higher or he's not even wearing a hat at all, maybe. But it didn't make any sense to me then. There's a lot of these type of marketing things that never don't make sense to me. Um, but I really, really enjoyed that film and wanted to see where it was go. And I'm pretty sure, especially judging by the ending of it, more installments were going to be made. That did not happen. But I have heard rumblings just within the last couple of weeks that there's going to be a new version, possibly a series released. So I
Ooh.
would be interested to see how that plays out. But if you haven't seen this film, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Have you
That's
seen it?
one that I can't really get on board with because I've never seen it.
Oh,
Um,
well,
but I'm sure, I don't know why I've never seen it, to be honest, because it always intrigued me. It always sounded good. I love Sean Connery.
mm-hmm.
So at this point, yeah, I'll say, yeah, let's go ahead and give it a sequel. And then I'll binge watch them in a weekend.
So, but
But
yeah. Well, either way, I think you should watch this one. It's probably on Disney or Hulu. I think it was 20th. The hell made it? Maybe it wasn't. This is usually where there's a logo. Oh yes, 20th. That's what I meant. 20th Century Fox.
all right.
So it's probably if it's coming back as a series, it'll be on Disney.
There you go. I could get down with that. I'd be down.
Yeah, I think
I'm
this
gonna
may have
throw
been
out
his
a
last
couple.
movie.
What's that?
It may have been his last movie.
Before retirement.
Yeah, I'm I know if it
He was
wasn't,
one that
it
I was
was
sorry to
one
see
of the last
retire.
ones.
I
Yeah,
really like Sean Connery.
yeah. He made
Except,
some questionable comments in his early days, but
yeah,
back
especially when
then
he
a
was
lot
on
of people.
Jeopardy. That was horrible when he was on Jeopardy. He was a nasty son of a bitch on that show.
That's right. But he had some great one-liners.
Yeah, he did.
But when he was up against, but he was playing against Turd Ferguson. So when that's the case, you have to, you know, you just allow him to say whatever's on his mind. You got any other? That was your last one too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was my last one, but I am going to throw this out there real quick. Little couple pieces of news that kind of ties in with this a little bit.
Okay.
There is sequels coming for, finally, after all these years, Behind the Mask is going to get a sequel. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. It's the mockumentary of the serial killer, plus the rise
Oh,
of
yeah, yeah,
Leslie
yeah.
Jordan.
Yes. Yep.
That's finally getting a fucking sequel. It has had a crowdfunder that it just successfully blew out of the fucking water. I mean, that thing made its goal like immediately. So that's coming. And despite his crowdfunder failing to get the goal, apparently Uwe Boll is still going to make his sequel, his unofficial sequel to House of the Dead. I just seen
Oh,
this
okay.
that he is going to that it's going to be. I don't know if he's still calling it 23 years later or if it's now called Castle of the Dead, because this is supposed to take place in a castle this time instead of
Hmm.
a house.
Hmm.
So that's pretty
Interesting.
cool.
And if
Kind
you
of
want the latest on the Living Dead,
oh God, now what?
did you read my post yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, because instead of talking about it, I put it all on there because there's new updates for all the stuff we talked about, and a whole nother new freaking sequel just announced, Twilight of the Dead, that is
Yeah,
now
I
part
seen
of
that.
the Romero thing. So every time we think we're done talking about, another one comes up. So 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 while we're talking about movies that never had sequels, Living Dead can't stop making them.
Exactly.
They've got one every freaking month. So there's got to be one of those out there that's going to be good. So I'm hoping two of them are good, and they're the ones I'm in. But well, we'll check them out. But yeah, for information about those, check out our at Attack of the Spotlight Facebook page. We went through all, I think, 6 films, listed what any updates that had come out. There was a little bit new information about Trash's Revenge that I typed out.
It's
So
quite a lengthy read, but very, very
yeah,
informative.
yeah. Instead of having to sit there, you can read it as your own leisure. So
Yes.
it's all there, and there's links to the official sites. So if you want even more, you can click on that, and that give you the whole story. Because there's a lot of information about Spawn of the Dead, and Trash's Revenge, and some of the others too that you can read. But I didn't want to go that deep into all of it. I just wanted, because we started this whole damn thing talking about it. Now every time something changes, we feel like we have to give
We're
you.
obligated.
Yeah, we're obligated. So please, please. And then if, yeah, any crowdfunder information, you want to be a part of one of these movies, they're on there as well. And stick with our Facebook page as well, because every single day we're posting something. If it's not one of these episodes, we're giving you the updates on conventions. We're giving you, if it's a national day of the week that ties in with a movie somehow that we think is fun or entertaining, we're doing those. We're doing celebrity birthdays and movies you should watch from these people. So every day, John or I will pop up for a minute or so and give you information about that we're not providing on the podcast itself. So for more
Nowhere else.
information, check it out at Facebook, or no, at Attack of the Spotlight on Facebook. For video casts, check out Facebook and our at Attack of the Spotlight YouTube. And for our audio, we're on all of the major, well, most of the major anyway, podcast services. You can get a link to all of those right there at Linktree. That's linktr.ee/Attack of the Spotlight. We've got more episodes coming up soon. We'll probably have a sequel to this episode where we talk about more movies coming
Sequels.
up. More sequels that should be made that haven't been, probably a year from now. Next, we'll be reviewing some other films, and we've got some hooks out. I've been putting out a lot of feelers for some more interviews, and they're not coming in. But I'm trying. I'm fishing. There's some people I'm trying to get specifically. to come on the show and tell us about their project. So we'll see what happens there. So keep an eye out. We hope you do. For John Horton, I'm Kyle Pierson. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. And keep your comments flowing. Is there a movie that you think there should be a sequel to? Let us know in the comments. And maybe we haven't even seen the first one. So you might give us some good tidbits on what we should check out.
And maybe it's something that we can like include in one future episode. We can maybe next episode we can say, "Hey, Casey said that that they should have made a sequel to this movie."
Or be like John and say, here's a movie that I think absolutely sucks. Here, check out this long form version of it. That's always an option too. For John Horton, I'm Kyle Pierson. Thanks for watching.